It is known that any item produced by a certain machine will be defective with probability 0.1 independently of any other item. What is the probability that in a sample of 3 items, A, exactly one is defective, B, at most one is defective, C, at least one is defective. So which means a machine is producing some items and the probability with which it will be defective is 0.1. Let us say the probability with which it is defective be denoted with P and it is 0.1. Now it is similar to the binomial we can use the binomial random variable to explain this. Okay, so how can we do it? Each one is going to have a probability of 0.1 for failure or defective. Let's consider that event. Instead of considering the success, let's go with the defectiveness as the success, right? Then they are asking exactly this. If x denotes the random variable, that binomial random variable, then first one is exactly one defective piece, which means they are asking about p of capital X equal to 1. What is the probability that you have exactly one defective piece? Exactly one defective piece is out of 3 pieces, one has to be defective, right? And what is the probability for that? 0.1, which means one has to be defective, that one will have the probability 0.1 and other 2 have to be normal. So non-defective is 0.9. so if the defective piece is 0.1, then the non-defective is 0.9, right, square. So this is the probability for exactly one defective piece. Now the second question is at most one defective piece, which means either the defective pieces can be 0 or the defective pieces can be 1. So what does it mean? P of x equal to 0 is 3C0 into 0.1 power 0, which means nothing is actually defective, all the 3 are working fine, right, into 0.9 power 3, or you could have written it as 0.9 power 3, which means all the 3 are going to be non-defective and the probability that each one is going to be non-defective is 0.9, that is why 0.9 power 3. Now if you see this question B, they are asking about at most one defective piece, means both exactly 0 defective pieces plus 1 defective piece. So if you sum these two up, you are going to get at most one defective piece, and C is at least one defective piece. So at least one defective piece means probability that one is defective plus probability that two are defective plus probability that all the 3 are defective, if you had to sum these 3. And for x equal to 1, we have already seen this. What about x equal to 2? P of x equal to 2 is 3C2 into exactly 2 of them have to be defective. So probability that each one is going to be defective is 0.5. Since there are 2 defective pieces, I am writing 0.1 power 2 and one of them is non-defective, that is why 0.9 plus P of x equal to 3, it is nothing but probability that all the 3 are defective. So using the formula, you can write it as 3C3 into 0.1 power 3 into 0.9 power 0, right? So which is nothing but 3C3, you could have directly written it as 0.1 power 3. Why? There are only 3 pieces, all of them are going to be defective. Even by this formula also you will eventually get that 0.1 power 3. Okay, so you have to add this one plus these 2, then we are going to get exactly. So this is how we can apply this binomial random variable in order to solve the questions. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.